Hello, my name is Kellie Doyle Bailey, and I am the author of this book, Some Days I Made Mistakes, How to Stay Calm and Cool When Your Day is Not So Great. And this is our fourth book in the Calm Cool Kids Educate series, which is supported by PESI Publishing and illustrated by my art educator daughter and co-collaborator, Hannah Bailey. So I hope you will enjoy this offering and this read aloud. Hi, I'm Kela, and I'm a calm, cool kid. And most of my days, I'm proud of how I did. But then there are days when I don't feel so great, because some days I make mistakes. Do you ever make mistakes? I know I do. Mistakes are those things that can happen to me when I don't pay attention carefully. Some days I make mistakes when I'm learning at school. I spill all the glitter and I use too much glue. I forget to walk in the halls and I run instead because all of my friends are way up ahead. Do you see Kela? She's running. She's trying to catch her friends. My teachers remind me. They ask me to walk. I feel tears in my eyes and it's tricky to talk. When I make mistakes, I feel sad and alone. When this happens at school, I just want to go home. Do you ever feel like that? I know I felt like that before. Do you make mistakes? Do you lose your cool? Does this ever happen when you are at school? Some days I make mistakes when I'm at home. I forget to feed my turtles and I lose my dad's phone. He's saying, Kela, have you seen my phone? I knock over a chair while sweeping the floor. My sisters wake up when I slam the front door. Big word says slam. Her little sisters are trying to sleep. She's sweeping the floor, knocks it over by mistake. My parents remind me, they say, pay attention, please. I'm embarrassed inside and weak in my knees. That's an emotion we feel. When we sometimes make mistakes, we can feel that emotion, embarrassment. Do you make mistakes? Does this happen at home? Do mistakes make you want to be left all alone? It's not always easy being a calm, cool kid. When I make a mistake, I might flip my lid. Flipping my lid means that I lose my cool. This can happen at home, with my friends, or at school, right? Mistakes can happen anywhere. Here are some things that can happen to me. When I flip my lid, I might fight, run, or freeze. My hands get sweaty and my heart starts to pound. It's hard to look up, so I stare at the ground. See her heart? It's not really outside of her chest like that, right? But my daughter drew it so that we could really see, or really showing how that heart really starts to pound when we feel really upset when we flip our lids. When I make a mistake, I feel foolish or sad, embarrassed, confused, or just plain mad. Those are lots of emotions we can feel. I wonder if people are laughing at me, and I want to find a quiet place to be. She's imagining as she trips and her pizza and her water falling to the ground, she's imagining that her friends, those are some characters in our other books, are laughing. We know that she's imagining those things because that's a bubble. Right? Sometimes we use that as a speech bubble, but that also can be a thinking bubble. She's imagining her friends are laughing at her. And sometimes that happens when we make mistakes. People laugh at us. It's not always kind. Do these things happen when you make a mistake? Do you want to run and hide because you need a break? Do you feel hot in your face or maybe feel shame? Do you wish you could find someone else you can blame? Maybe you feel the same way I do. When you make a mistake, do you lose your cool? Did you hear me make a mistake just then? When I tripped over my words? It's okay. We all make mistakes. She's saying to the person who's making her meal, can you call my mom? I want to go home. She doesn't feel okay. I remember one day when I was at school, I made another mistake. I felt like a fool. My heart started to pound and I felt worried inside. I sat down in my seat and I tried not to cry. She's doing math. I can see she's got numbers all around her head. She looks really worried to me. That's what I'm noticing. My teacher saw what was happening to me, so she sat beside me and started to breathe. She breathed in and out with her eyes softly closed, one breath at a time, right through her nose. You see her teacher? She's sitting right beside her. She has one hand on her belly and one hand on her heart. And Kela's imagining, she's thinking in her mind with that question mark, I wonder what my teacher's doing. What is she doing? She's watching with her eyes. She's curious. At first I thought, that's a silly way to deal with a mistake in school each day, but her breathing felt calming and soothing to me. So I started to breathe more intentionally. That word intentionally means on purpose. So Kela is doing exactly the same thing that her teacher's doing. She's mirroring or copying what her teacher is doing. Her teacher is being calm and cool and helping Kela feel the same way. She's not using words. She's not telling her to calm down. She's just breathing in and out. In through her nose and out through her mouth. Slow and steady, breathing on purpose. I took slow, deep breaths right through my nose. I let my eyes soften and then slowly close. My heart slowed down inside of my chest, and my mind stopped spinning so that I could rest. I can tell she's feeling better because her smile has changed, her mouth has changed. Then after a while, our class took a walk. We sat in a circle and we had a nice talk. Our teachers showed us a mindful way to deal with mistakes that happen each day. You see them all? They're all sitting together, supporting each other in a circle. They all have one hand on their heart and one hand on their belly. Looks like they're breathing intentionally in through their nose and out through their mouth, supporting each other, being right here, right now. That's what mindful means, being present on purpose. She said, the teacher, we all make mistakes, both grown-ups and kids, but we can learn how to manage without flipping our lids. Then she shared some important things to know so we can see our mistakes as safe ways to grow. The first thing she said was mistakes are not bad. We can choose on purpose to feel upset or sad. When we make a mistake, the first thing we do is to breathe on purpose to stay calm and cool. Oh, breathing on purpose. That's the helping thing. The next thing we do is get curious instead. Mistakes can be good teachers if there's nothing to dread. We can see our mistakes as moments to learn, then find new solutions without shame or concern. Wow. When we slow down our breaths during the day, we can see our mistakes in a whole new way. By breathing on purpose, we can be calm, cool kids. And we can solve our problems without flipping our lids. Isn't that so amazing? Can you imagine that when we make mistakes, instead of worrying or being afraid that people are going to laugh at us or have shame or dread, we can be curious and interested and be problem solvers and leaders of our own learning. And we can think, a new way to solve something that didn't work. So these two friends, this is Grace and Maisie, best friends from our other books, right? They're saying, that didn't work. Ha, whoops, let's try it again. Let's do it a different way. We don't have to flip our lids and lose our cool. We can shake it off, say, let's do it again. It's such a relief. Our lid flipping brain can calm down, and our thinking brain right here can do the work. We all make mistakes. It's just what we do when we're learning and growing at home or at school. Mistakes can be big or they can be small, but no matter the size, we can learn from them all. You see, we can say, we can apologize. We're so sorry. We didn't mean to do it. We didn't break the window on purpose. Mistakes don't define us. They help us all grow. This is what I have learned and what I now know. See how confident Kela is? She has her hands on her hips. She's realizing, she's seeing, remembering. Look, this is called self-awareness. She's realizing mistakes are not you and they are not me. They're just how we all grow naturally. So let's celebrate our mistakes, the big and the small, and remember we're humans and we can't do it all. You see all the friends, Max and Grace and Maisie and Kela and the teacher, they're all supporting each other. We're all in this together, so let's do our part and hold space for each other with love in our hearts. And here are all the calm, cool kids in our cast of characters. You know, the one thing that I know is that I was a little girl once upon a time and I made a ton of mistakes growing up, and I still make mistakes as an adult. And I know that I'm not done making mistakes. But the one thing that I do know that I have learned is that when I'm gentle and kind to myself, and when I realize that I'm so much more than the mistakes I make, and when I don't tell myself lies that I am the mistakes I make, I forgive myself and realize I'm doing the best that I can, and that I can lean on people and talk to people who I know I can trust and feel safe with, that I can get through things and I can learn from my mistakes. And I hope that you will do the same thing and remember that we don't have to let our mistakes define us, and that we can count on people that we love and care about and know care about us to help us get through anything that we come up against, and that mistakes can be good teachers to us and not define us. I hope that you always will remember that in your heart, and remember that we don't have to flip our lids and lose our cool, and that we can be calm, cool kids if we can breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth, and remember that we're one breath away. Have a good day. Bye-bye.